When your card not only says the perfect thing, it sings it. You're in a good place. New Say It with Music cards, only at today's Hallmark Gold Crown.
Here you go, wild thing.
I love dinner by candlelight, but my eyes sure don't.
Jenny couldn't read fine print. She needed a new prescription.
At Pearl Vision, you can get a complete optometric checkup, plus all the latest frames, so you don't have to give up on style.
Now my eyes see perfectly. Too bad they can't read French.
They're Jenny's eyes, but they're my responsibility.
Right now at Pearl Vision, buy one pair of eyeglasses and get a free pair valued up to $200.
Some wireless companies go to great lengths to tell you their network is good. They say it works here, and here, or here, or here. But with U.S. Cellular, you can test the network yourself to make sure it works where you use it the most. Even if it is just here.
U.S. Cellular. We connect with you.
It takes more than fiber optics and broadband to deliver your world. It takes people, the familiar faces, and experienced hands. Now that SBC is joined together with AT&T, you have both the global resources and the people you know to bring them to you. Block by block, street by street. That's how your world is delivered. Introducing the new AT&T, powered by SBC. Your world delivered.
Provided in part by...
People all over America are discovering Lunesta. More information can be found on lunesta.com or by calling 1-800-LUNESTA.
I was audited last year. I have been through an audit. At first I thought, well, IRS kind of sounds like Toys R Us. Maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe they have a sense of fun about it, you know, but it's bad. It's an ordeal, and they don't do anything to keep your spirits up through the ordeal. I think they should take all your receipts and put them in one of those big lucite sweepstake drums and just kind of crank it around there. You know, give you a feeling like you might win something. You know what I mean? Then they can pull them out one by one and go, oh, I'm sorry, that's another illegal deduction. But we do have some lovely parting gifts for you. Jail.
Injured in an accident. Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call Brown and Crouppen right now.
Hello.
Sis, I want to get engaged.
At 2 a.m.
First, I need to get a diamond. What should I get her? Come on, you know everything.
Get her an AGS Triple Ideal Cut Hearts and Arrows diamond. It's the best.
What?
It's the most perfectly cut diamond in the world. When you look in the special scope, you'll see hearts and arrows. Hello?
Thanks, sis. The hearts and arrows did it.
Looking for advice about post-mastectomy consulting? You can email your question to Trina and Jean Alcaraz at Jeans Limited, WEEK.com's expert online.
Customers always tell me that they like that the sale never ends at the store, that there's not pressure to decide by 5 o'clock tonight or by Friday. If you make a purchase on something and then you see it advertised on sale the next day or 2 weeks later, it's so frustrating. We're very cost efficient and we're able to give better prices to the customer so they can save more on their furniture. And plus they get a great selection. At our store, the sale never ends. It's on sale every day.
Lose the Winter Blues of the 50s dance Saturday, February 25th. Shake, Rattle, and Roll will be there. There's a dance contest, and the Blues Brothers, too. The kids of St. Jude say, thank you very much. I'm Lee Hall. Thanks for making News 25 your home team.
WEEK's exclusive coverage of Bradley basketball is brought to you in part by Heritage Bank, locally owned and managed since 1920. By Ford and your local Ford dealers. By Casey's General Stores, a convenience store and a whole lot more. By The Mattress Doctor, delivering dreams to you. By Menards, save big money at Menards. And by the Better Banks, better service, better bank.
The Bradley Braves back home tonight, and home is where the wins are for BU. They host Indiana State tonight, Missouri Valley Conference action. Hello and welcome to Bradley Basketball here on WEEK. Lee Hall along with Bradley Hall of Famer Joe D'Alfonso. And Joe, the Braves searching for consistency on the defensive end, particularly as they try to snap a little streak here.
That's right, and this is a place where you find that consistency on both ends of the court. You'll find that players shoot better at home, they play defense, they play with more confidence, and for Indiana State, losers of 8 in a row, this is not a pretty place to come.
Bradley played very well against Creighton during stretches on Wednesday night. Daniel Ruffin had a career-high 22. Will Franklin had a career-high 18, the junior college transfer.
And that's strange because usually in practice, he plays against Daniel Ruffin all the time. The other night, Wednesday night, they played together and scored 40 points between them. That was a big lift.
Indiana State's lost 8 in a row without leading scorer David Moss. He's been out with a hamstring injury. Fellow Thornwood product Eric Gray is back after missing last semester.
Well, Eric Gray is a great offensive player. He can shoot the three, he can slash to the basket, but he doesn't make up for David Moss. That's a kid who is all-conference preseason and one of their all-time leading scorers.
The Sycamores have won 2 straight in this series. Bradley tries to snap that here tonight. We'll have the starting lineups right after this.
At the Better Banks, we never forget we serve people, not numbers. That's one reason we're committed to staying locally owned and operated. It makes us more accountable to the people in the communities we serve.
I still get all the services that are provided from the national banks, but I'm not just a number. I'm not just an account. I become a person and a valued customer, and that's really important. I really feel valued with the Better Banks.
Stop on there, you got what you need. Stop on there, you're on the run.
Casey's General Store has your gas, your drinks, and homemade food. Everything it takes to get it done. Right now, pick up a Casey's large pepperoni pizza with 50% more pepperoni for only $9.99.
Your convenience store and a whole lot more. Yeah, there's so much more. Stop on in to Casey's General Store.
At Menards, we provide the best selection of products for your home. Keep your home and family safe with smoke alarms. This battery-powered alarm is only $4.88. Make projects easier with Zircon stud sensors. This stud sensor is $6.99, or a tri-scanner that finds wood, metal, and electrical wire, only $18.99. Plus pay 0% interest till 2007 when you use your big card.
Save big money at Menards.
Please join us in our efforts to support St. Jude.
Welcome back to Carver Arena. We are just about ready to get going down here. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Terre Haute. Royce Waltman's team 8-8, 1-7 in the Missouri Valley Conference. It's Trent Wirtz at 1 forward. Jay Tunnel is the center at the 3 guards. It will be Gabriel Moore, Jeremiah Wise, and Tyson Schnitker. For Jim Les and the Braves, he shook up the lineup a couple of games ago. Marcellus Somerville back in the starting lineup tonight. Zach Andrews at center. Tony Bennett, J.J. Twy, Daniel Ruffin at the guard. So Will Franklin will not get a start tonight, but will come off the bench. Braves 9-7, 3-5. Taking on Indiana State. We'll have the opening tip in just a minute.
At the beginning of your day, or in the middle of your day, even at the end of your day, you may not have time to think about your bank, but you do need your bank to be thinking about you. At Heritage Bank, every day we're designing solutions for your family, your business, your future.
Heritage Bank, believing in the American spirit.
Dodge Ram with available MDS that turns our powerful Hemi V8 into a fuel-saving 4-cylinder at cruising speeds. Plus 4x4 off-road traction give you incredible capability.
One of these days we're going to have to actually use those things. Whatever.
Winter is so much more fun when you have the proper equipment. For the first time ever, get $1,000 overstock bonus cash and grab a Ram 1500 for under 19 grand.
Thanks for making News 25 at noon your first choice.
And we are back at Carver Arena. They are just about ready to get the starting lineups announced to the crowd here. There you get a look at Jim Les, his 4th season at his alma mater, 49-56. He is 5-2 against Indiana State. And before we take a look at Royce Waltman, we will take a look at the Missouri Valley Conference standings and look at the log jam atop the valley. Northern Iowa, Wichita State, Creighton, Southern Illinois, all 6-2, Joe. The Salukis lost at Missouri State the other night.
Right, and as the conference is the 5th ranked in RPI, we're looking at 4 bids if the tournament started tomorrow.
Missouri State 5-3 now. The Braves host them Wednesday. Drake is 4-4. Bradley 3-5. Illinois State at 2-6. Indiana State, who we see here tonight, and Evansville, both 1-7. Braves will visit Evansville here on WEEK a week from tonight.
Right. Somewhat of a soft part in the schedule, Lee. We've played a lot of the really high teams, good teams early, and now we're looking at, the win against Evansville last week, Indiana State tonight, Illinois State coming up on the 1st, Evansville next week. The bottom teams are now showing up on Bradley's schedule. It's time to make some hay.
All right. Do we have another break here? We have another break, don't we, before the tip? We have another break before the tip. Okay, well, we'll sit here in the dark and chat Bradley basketball, Joe.
Well, we'll talk about the starting lineup. Patrick O'Brien out of the lineup tonight, replaced by Marcellus Somerville, who, if he did anything at Creighton the other night, he played hard and rebounded a ton. I think he had 12 against the Blue Jays, so it earned him a starting spot tonight.
Marcellus's shooting has been way off, though, the last, 5 games, shooting just 30%. Since he went 6 of 13 against Creighton. Before that, he was 3 of 20 against Wichita State. Is he pressing? Is the shot not there? I mean, is the shot selection maybe not there?
Well, it could be all 3, actually. I thought in the last couple of games when he was shooting his jumper, he was fading away. And once you do that, you're just a little bit off balance, and you're not going straight up, and he's not shooting with his legs, and that's a technical part of it. Once they still start going down, of course, you start pressing, as anyone would in any phase of any sport, and then you're just trying to will the basketball in, and that's no good. Shot selection, always a consideration, because he makes a lot of them in the low post, and now that the 3 ball's not falling, maybe he should go back downstairs.
Marcellus gets a good hand from the crowd here tonight in his senior season at Bradley.
No question about it. People ask me what the difference is in Bradley. I mean, why they're not winning consistently, and I just think it may be the 6 points a game we're not getting from Marcellus that we're used to getting in this stretch here. I mean, we need 17 points a game from him, and if it's not there, someone's going to make it up.
Well, and you can't have a game like you had Wednesday night, and kudos to Daniel Ruffin and Will Franklin, but you have to get offense out of more than just one guy on this team. When you shut down, or if they have an off night, when you talk about Marcellus, Lawrence Wright, and Patrick O'Brien, which is what happened Wednesday, Bradley's not going to win.
No, all three did not score in double figures. Patrick O'Brien 0 for 2 from the field, and I could tell you which shots they were. It's a missed alley-oop dunk and a free throw line jumper. I mean, when you can remember his shots, that's not a good thing.
He is, and Jim Les will talk about it's Patrick for not getting open and getting to the ball, and it's his teammates for not getting in the ball.
Yeah, well, early in that game against Creighton, as we watched on another network, Bradley tried to force it into him and force some passes into a double team, and once they get tipped away and he can't do anything with it, then they stop going there, and there's no adjustment made to get him maybe on the other block or some high-low action, things like that. So there has to be adjustments made in just about all 40 minutes of the game.
Indiana State controls the tip. This is Gabriel Moore, a sophomore out of Little Rock, Arkansas, with it, guarded by Daniel Ruffin. Bradley opens man-to-man, and the Six turn it over right away. Indiana State, coached by Royce Waltman in his 9th season, 116-138. He's 9-10 against Bradley, former Bobby Knight assistant. So we will see a lot of the same things you see when you see Indiana play. Sellis with the reverse layup miss. Andrews there for the rebound, can't finish, and the Sycamores come away with it. Tyson Schnittger brings it up quickly for the men in blue. Braves get back on defense. That's another thing the Bradley coaching staff wasn't pleased with Wednesday night. Here's Schnittger in the lane and to the hoop for the basket.
He is a shooter and a scorer. He took 25 shots in their overtime loss against Drake the other night, a career high. He knows where the hoop is, and without David Moss, he's almost their #1 option.
Somerville 15-footer is good. Still 5th in the conference, even though his scoring is dwindled a bit at 14 points a game.
Well, he's had 2 shots so far. He went underneath the first time, should have had a foul call on him, and then had the easy 15-foot jumper that time. So a constant effort to get to him early.
Trent Wirtz goes up against Somerville and runs into a brick wall. Andrews the rebound. Inside to Somerville again, passes out of the double team. Ruffin coming off his career high, misses his first attempt. 22 against Creighton on Wednesday. Almost got his career high in the first half. He had 16 in the opening 20 minutes. And an offensive foul against Gabriel Moore.
That's the difference between playing home and the road. You don't get that call at home against you. Fortunate for Bradley. Ruffin, the last shot he took, good shot. He needs to be an offensive threat, or else it makes it that much more difficult to get the ball to the post people.
He's averaging almost 16 points a game his last 3 games. Andrews battling for position down low. Fly with it at the top of the key, works it. Somerville gets it again in the post. Twy will try it for 3. That was long, off the glass, no good. Bennett, rebound, can't hang on. Andrews can't hang on to the rebound, and here come the Sycamores. Moore kicks to Wise for 3. Rebound and a new start for the Sycamores. That's Tunnel out of Topeka, Kansas for 3.
Royce Waltman getting offense from a lot of different people now that David Moss is not in the lineup. Players are stepping up, getting career highs.
Ruffin bounces another one, no good. Bradley Cole to start here in the first minute and a half.
Tunnel being one of those guys who stepped up his offense since the injury to Moss, hamstring injury.
Here's Tunnel again. Nice give from Trent Wirtz that time. It's a 7-2 Indiana State lead. Somerville can't hang on. Braves turn it over. That pass a little bit too tall for him. This Indiana State team, Joe, has lost 8 in a row, but they're no pushover. This team beat Indiana at home with Moss, of course.
Well, it's a tale of 2 seasons, really. It's the only they've had a 8-game winning streak followed by an 8-game losing streak. The only time in their program history that's happened in the same season, having one of each of those streaks.
Good defense that time for Bradley.
Absolutely, getting the 5 count.
Schnittger couldn't inbound it.
But they're averaging 54, 55 points a game without David Moss, and that's not going to win you many games.
They were also up, as you see, Royce Waltman, they were also up on Southern Illinois by 4 with 4 minutes to play at home and couldn't hang on against the Salukis. Now Ruffin has a little trouble getting it in. Bradley 1 for 6, Indiana State 3 for 5 to start the game. Andrews posts up, wants it. Fly doesn't give it to him. Bennett. Nice little pull-up jumper for the senior out of Chicago Westinghouse, averaging 12 points a game.
Smart move by Royce Waltman, starting off in a zone like this against the Braves. You don't see many three-point shooters on the floor right now for the men in white. So why not go zone?
Schnitker saved a turnover. Moore threw it, and the man he threw it to was gone. He got a bailout from Schnitker as Andrews plays good defense that time. Bennett ahead of the crowd, reverse layup, doesn't go. Somerville with the follow, and he can't get it down. Andrews still battling for it, and the Braves come out of there with it. Bennett will try the three. He's struggled from there lately, one for his last 9, and doesn't get the roll. That first layup, if it would have gone down, would have been a good play on Wednesday night when the Globetrotters were here, Joe.
That's right.
Wise for 3.
Meanwhile, Bradley does everything except put the ball in the basket, and Sycamores take advantage.
10-4 visitors. Somerville tries to answer, way short on the 3. Crouch will check in on the next dead ball. He did not play at Creighton.
Hasn't scored in 3 games. Here comes O'Brien running in front of us.
And Lawrence Wright will check in as well. Jim West will go to his bench, and Twy whistled for the foul. First foul on Bradley. The Braves find themselves behind here in the opening minutes of this ball game, trailing Indiana State 10-4.
A potent 3.8-liter V6 and available all-wheel drive, matched with a 4-speed Sportronic transmission. The new 2006 Mitsubishi Endeavor. So much torque, so few mountains. Test drive the new 2006 Mitsubishi Endeavor at a dealer near you today. Mitsubishi. Driven to thrill.
We have so many options.
It is a showroom full of ideas.
Maryland trends, Maryland looks, Maryland ideas. There's a great ideas showroom in Peoria and Bloomington, so get there.
It's easy to say yes to Toyotas for less. Sports Toyota Beacon, just off I-474 at Route 29.
We're watching over the River City. Quick to UFS Ford. Special offers, power buys, and timely savings. UFS, fighting high prices in the River City.
Make it a happy, healthy new you in 06 at the Riverplex.
06.
State-of-the-art fitness center, the amazing Aquaplex, and the best group fitness classes at no extra charge. Come in for your own personal tour today, and you'll see how you can feel like a new you in 06. Nearly 8,000 members can't be wrong. It's your year, so choose #1 in health and fitness, the Riverplex.
Riverplex.
Thanks for making News 25 at noon your first choice.
Back at Carver Arena, Bradley trailing Indiana State 10-4. All-American goalie Chris Dunshee from the soccer program being honored. He was drafted in the 3rd round of the MLS draft earlier this week. Congratulations to him. Jim DeRose does a great job with that program. As you see Chris walking off. At the end of the game, Joe and I will pick the Heritage Bank player of the game. There's Chris. Heritage Bank, locally owned and managed since 1920.
No fear of him dropping that plaque as he walks off.
No, he's got great hands.
Oh, I'll tell you, what a player.
Indiana State inbounds with a 6-point lead, and there is number 24, Eric Gray in blue, his first appearance of the season for the Sycamores. Also in there, number 50, Mick Yelovich. For Bradley, it's O'Brien, Crouch, Lawrence Wright in there. Gray puts up the first shot of the ball game, and O'Brien is there for the rebound. Patrick averaging 9 boards a game. Crouch will try the 3. Bounces it short. He's struggled there all season long, 22% behind the arc. And Bradley shooting tonight, now 2 for 12.
We usually like to see a player just come in the game and handle the ball before he shoots it, but Jeremy was so wide open. That play was designed for him on the quick offense.
The Sycamores miss. Now the Braves try to line back. Boy, a very aggressive defensive play to say the least. And now O'Brien travels.
Both teams with 3 turnovers now. Bradley, as you mentioned, 2 of 12 from the field.
Sycamores inbounds against the Bradley pressure. Crouch almost comes up with the ball. It looked like he knocked it off Darren Evans. That should have been Bradley's ball.
Great pressure by the Braves in the backcourt. Nice play by Jeremy, who hasn't forgotten how to play.
And they go ahead to Yelovich. Beat O'Brien down, but I think Patrick got a piece of it. Wright wants it inside, and he's fouled. That'll go against Trent Wirtz, second team foul on the Sycamores. And here comes the gentleman we talked about before the ball game, Joe. Will Franklin, junior college transfer out of Houston, Texas, who replaces Tony Bennett.
Well, you know, he made his first shot the other night at Creighton. Charlie Spoonhour of the Missouri Valley Conference mentioned that he shot it like he was supposed to, like he wanted to. And I know what he meant. And Will believes he should be in the game and he should score. He's a very confident player. And right now, he's playing very well for Bradley.
Look at how they sag in on Patrick. And Crouch makes him pay for it. Jeremy Crouch with number 13 on the year. And boy, what a boost it would be for Bradley to see him snap out of this season-long slump.
Yeah, we talked about the missing points from Marcellus here in the Valley season. How about Jeremy Crouch? We were counting on him for 10 a game.
Yelovich, former IDCA All-Stater out of Mount Zion, Illinois, knocks in a 3. That's his first of the year. 1 for 4. Everybody on Indiana State's making it.
Let him shoot it.
O'Brien calls for inside. Another pass too tall for the man inside. We saw J.J. Twy throw one that was too tall for Somerville, and Ruffin with the pass that goes off the fingertips of O'Brien.
Braves a little out of sync on the half court. That's why there's full court pressure, trying to speed up the game a little bit and get it in their favor.
The Sycamores haven't been stellar against it so far. Bradley trails it by 6 here. 13.5 to play first half. Gray almost got around Franklin and scores over it.
Tough shot off the backboard over 2 players. He earned them.
Braves down 8 now. Crouch open for 3. Wright gets it, and Bradley gets another chance at it. Good hustle by Lawrence Wright that time. Yelovich plays some pretty good defense on Patrick O'Brien down there. Jim Les yells, sit down in the post.
Right. Make yourself wider in the post is what he wants. Not just stand straight up. Make yourself wider and a bigger target so you can catch it with either hand.
He's going to have some work to do against, now he goes in against Wirtz. Kicks out to Franklin. Off the dribble. Rolls it no good. Bradley can't get a shot to go down from anywhere, Joe, as O'Brien is whistled for the foul. Patrick O'Brien whistled for the second team foul on Bradley. Wasn't much of a foul.
Nope, and Jim Les is giving his version of it. He's telling Brad Gaston he's 7 feet tall. He can reach over him. And that's not to get that call reversed. It's for the next one. He doesn't want a series of over-the-backs called against O'Brien tonight.
And the Sycamores score again.
Nothing more than dribble penetration right there. Bad defensive footwork for the Braves.
It's a 10-point Indiana State lead. O'Brien calls for it, gets it in the post, goes to work, throws it up and in, he scores, and he'll go to the line. So working the officials pays off that time, right?
Well, you know, it's got to be a little gamesmanship like that. I watched Duke and Georgetown today, and the coaches who watched a little flip here in the foul, the coach who yelled last got the next call, it seemed, with Krzyzewski and Thompson.
And a 7-0 run for the Sycamores. And O'Brien goes to the line for the three-point play attempt. 62%. He's improved his free throw percentage as the season has worn on. Up and in, and O'Brien has 3, and Bradley now is back within 7, I should say, as Franklin picks off the inbounds pass. Bennett for 3. Bounce is no good. The rebound for Wise.
Would have been a good momentum changer right there. As we head to a television timeout, 11 seconds to go before 12.
Bradley shooting is 23%. Just into the ballgame, Adam Arnold. And the Braves come away with it. Lawrence Wright scoops it up and in. Lawrence Wright with his first basket.
Bradley trying to be aggressive, both in the fast break and the half-court offense, really trying to get the ball inside. Good play by Wright that time.
Nice pass inside. Blocked, though, by Tony Bennett. Alley-oop time! Hello! Royce Waltman calls timeout to get this thing settled down. It's a 30-second timeout. Schnitker blocked by Bennett, and here come the Braves, Joe.
That's right. It always starts on the defensive end. We had 2 blocks in a row, one by O'Brien and one by Bennett. Now O'Brien finishes off the great 6-0 run here in the stretch, and Bradley had nothing really but fast break points. Nice lob, good touch. And when you run the floor, when you're 7 feet tall, you get rewarded.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Patrick O'Brien with 5 points off the bench, big lift, as the Braves get back within 3.
Well, this is a good timeout by Royce Waltman. There's certain things you can control when you're on the road, and one is keeping the crowd down. I mean, if they had just kept playing through it and maybe had another turnover, you know, it would have been a real nuts factor here. But right now, it's call timeout, get everybody back in their seats, get back on offense, call a play for your best player, and maybe get one back.
Schnitker to inbounds for the Sycamores. This Elliott Boo, a junior out of Clay City, Indiana, brings it across. Royce Waltman's used just about everybody he's got available tonight. Tunnel, the big guy, way out beyond the arc. Sycamores very patient this trip. 8 on the shot clock. Schnitker with it. Now Tunnel for 3. Mr. Basketball in Kansas last year, and they cannot miss. Over 50% from the floor, Joe.
Pretty good defense by the Braves, though, for almost all the shot clock. Good denial.
Bennett was going to shoot, tried to pass, and had it tipped away. Inside Lawrence Wright, off the pogo stick.
I thought there was a player in the corner, and I thought he intercepted it, actually. I'm being honest.
Okay, well, either way.
I didn't think that pass was for him.
It's just like that little bleeder you hit up the middle. They all count, right?
Absolutely.
Boo. Boo-hoo over the backboard, and it'll be a timeout on the floor with 10:18 to play. Bradley trailing by 4.
People everywhere are experiencing a breakthrough. Fullness from a value menu.
No one's going anywhere until you tell me who's full. Me too.
New to the Big Bell Value Menu, the half-pound cheesy bean and rice burrito. Loaded with 3 cheeses, fiesta sauce, and a cheesy, zesty kick. Designed to keep your stomach and your wallet full.
Number 3, if I'm a new cheesy bean and rice burrito, you are?
Full.
Oh, my.
To get full-on value, think outside the bun.
She is and will be. Hearts on Fire, the world's most perfectly cut diamond.
Available exclusively at Bremer Jewelry in Peoria. And now, Bloomington.
We're giving you $1,000. It only happens once a year. Now get $1,000 auto show bonus cash on many new Fords, on top of current incentives like 0% finance.
Whoa!
And we'll also pick up your first month's payment.
No way.
Plus, get to your local Ford store now and register to win one of 10 all-new Ford Fusions.
I won!
An extra $1,000 bonus cash, 0% financing, and no first month's payment. Plus, register to win one of 10 Fusions at your local Ford store today.
Yes!
AMT Segways, the quickest way to respond in crowds.
Back at Carver Arena, Bradley has picked it up a little bit scoring-wise. They're still only 1 of 8 from three-point range, but a high percentage shot here.
Here's that catch by Wright. I thought that it was a skip pass going to the corner, and he intercepted it and ended up scoring.
Timeout for Tonight in the Valley brought to you by Casey's General Stores, a convenience store and a whole lot more. Only one other Valley game tonight as Drake visits Northern Iowa in a battle for Iowa. 7 o'clock start there, so they are underway. And here we have Bradley and Indiana State. And quick shout out to my friends Mike McCoy and Tom Kahn, who were injured last weekend, hit by a truck while they were running. Coach Kahn is convalescing back at home, and we saw Mike McCoy the other night, the co-founder of the St. Jude Run, and he's in good spirits, but is going to be wheelchair bound for a while. We love you both, and Godspeed, and get well quick, guys.
Right. We got Dave Snell back in the house tonight. Now we need those two back in the house.
That's right. Mike's usually here. Tony Bennett, a nice spin move.
Bradley's now made their last 4 shots from the field, and they're 8 for 20 now, 8 for 21 now overall.
Both teams have gone on 7-0 runs. Bradley back within 2 after trailing by 10. Schnitger's shot off the mark. Ruffin brings it out of there with a little push. Lucky he didn't get called for a charge. Wright with the rebound. Ruffin hustles out. Missed the 3. Good job that time by O'Brien to not reach over and draw the foul.
Only 2 fouls on the Braves so far.
Tunnel for 3. Way long.
Well, he came in, Lee, shooting 20% from three-point range, 3 of 15. He's made his first 2 tonight. Now he's got a little happy going. A little happy feet out there.
Sycamores inbounds with a new shot clock, leading by 2, 9:20 to go here in the first half. Somerville and Andrews will check back in for Bradley on the next dead ball. Tunnel.
He can make that shot.
Yep.
They're wide open there.
20 points a game last year to earn Mr. Basketball honors in Kansas. O'Brien, jump hook, sky hook, no good. Tunnel already had 10 points. And a whistle and a turnover.
Point of emphasis this year, palming the ball, turning it over. We've seen it a little more this year than we have in the past. Bradley has checked off a few things so far tonight, and that stayed out of foul trouble. Got O'Brien going in the post. Got the Jeremy Crouch a 3. A lot of things have gone well so far, just don't have the lead yet.
Survived a slow start where Bradley couldn't make a shot and Indiana State couldn't miss. Andrews will fall away. Wow. Zach Andrews so much better as a starter. 11 points, 8.5 rebounds as a starter. His numbers dwindle to 5 points, 5 rebounds a game when he comes off the bench.
Makes a difference.
Some guys are good off the bench, and some guys are better when they start.
We saw Lawrence Wright last year. It's one of the best 6 men in the league.
Wirt's fall-away jumper doesn't go, and Andrews is there for the rebound. Very active tonight, Zach Andrews. Somerville seems to be doing more work in the post and down low tonight, Joe, as Franklin has it taken away.
Franklin was looking for him that time.
Wirtz for 3. Let those big guys keep jacking those up. Although he's not that bad, 37% from the field. Franklin shots off the mark. Andrews got a hand on it, bounces around. Ruffin fights in there for it, gets the jump ball call. And it's Bradley ball on the alternating possession as we go to break. 7:30 to play here, first half. Braves back within 2.
Race-inspired design, the all-new 2006 Monte Carlo has arrived at Bob Grimm Chevrolet in Morton. 300 horsepower and 28 highway miles per gallon. Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
At the Better Banks, we never forget we serve people, not numbers.
That's one reason we're committed to staying locally owned and operated. It makes us more accountable to the people in the communities we serve.
I still get all the services that are provided from the national banks, but I'm not just a number. I'm not just an account. I become a person and a valued customer, and that's really important. I really feel valued with the better banks.
Broyhill is just a great value. The designs are great, the prices are great, and we're lucky to have a Broyhill store right at Goods.
Stop on in, you got what you need. Stop on in, you're on the run.
Casey's General Store has your gas, your drinks, and homemade food. Everything it takes to get it done. Right now, pick up a Casey's large pepperoni pizza with 50% more pepperoni for only $9.99.
Your convenience store and a whole lot more. Yeah, there's so much more. Stop on in to Casey's General Store.
Lose the Winter Blues with the 50s dance Saturday, February 25th. Shake, Rattle, and Roll will be there. There's a dance contest, and the Blues Brothers, too. The kids of St. Jude say, thank you very much.
Weather 24/7 on Digital Channel 25-2.
22-20, Indiana State with the 2-point lead over Bradley after a 2-for-11 start from the floor. Joe, the Braves are 7-for-15.
Right, and there was one of those easy shots as we look at Dave Snell, as we mentioned, back in the house. Got back about 2 a.m., I guess, this morning from Omaha. And, you know, hello. He got a big welcome before the game. And he's just kind of helping out with the broadcast tonight as he was not prepared for this game. And that's what kind of professional he is, obviously.
Well, I remember the first time I met Dave Snell, I was an intern. And he came up to me and shook my hand and said, "Hi, Lee, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Dave Snell." And I loved and respected that man ever since. And he's, of course, we know for a fact that he bleeds Bradley red because we've seen him the other time he's been in the hospital in a valley site. That was in northern Iowa in a dangerous racquetball accident when he whacked himself in the nose.
That's right. Had to get his nose refixed. There was blood all over the place, and it was Bradley red.
Yes, it was.
So he's visited now 2 hospitals on the Valley tour. Have to get on him at halftime about that.
That's right. Tony Bennett, shot is no good. Well, Dave's been doing Bradley games since I was in high school, so he's been around a while. You know, that's been a long time.
Well, I remember his first game. It was in Alaska against Kentucky. Bradley, Kentucky in the shootout in Dick Versace's second year.
Gray, closely guarded by Franklin, but he's so tough he can make it anyway. Second team All-Stater at Thornwood.
Twice now he's gone from right to left as a right-handed shooter and put it in, which is the toughest thing to do.
Andrews tries to give to Somerville down low. He's fouled by Trent Wirtz. And not a lot of fouls in this ball game, Joe. Only 2 on the Braves. That's a 4th team foul on Indiana State as Patrick O'Brien comes back in.
And we've only had 1 free throw shot. 1 for 1 for Patrick O'Brien on the 3-point play.
Nice pass down low to Tony Bennett from Patrick O'Brien, the big fella, with an assist.
Well, that's the person taking the ball out of bounds being the shooter that time. That was a well-designed out-of-bounds play. And that's why the person taking the ball out is one of the most dangerous people on the floor, because usually the play is set up for that guy.
Back to a 2-point game. Gray for 3. Nice shot. Beautiful rotation on the shot.
Too much room there for him.
He's come back with a vengeance. 9 points.
He's tired of practicing. He wants to play in a game.
O'Brien wants it. Calls for it over the back. Whistle on Yelovich. His first.
We've seen Patrick O'Brien pick up fouls like that almost once a game since he's been back off the suspension. And really, if you're a postman and you're playing behind him, you have already given up position. You got to let him catch it. Then you got to go to work. You can't go over the back and deflect that ball.
Well, and you could see it. I mean, he was clapping his hands over his head. He wanted the ball badly. He knew he had him pinned. 6:18 to go here, first half. Back to a 5-point Sycamores lead. They've shot it well here in the first half of play. Somerville.
Once again, Marcellus, the trigger on the out of bounds, came in, set a pick, and then came around and got the pick to shoot. Didn't make it. But again, the play was designed for the guy taking the ball out of bounds.
Here's Moore, Gabriel Moore. We haven't heard from him. He's got 10.5 points a game, and that's his first bucket. And it's way too easy for these guys tonight. Back up to about 50% from the floor.
And Bradley's been doing a good job of keeping teams under 40%.
Well, this is a good shooting team. There's another. He could have gotten a foul on Schnick or Yelovich again that time, but O'Brien holds his ground and scores. He's got 7. 5-point Indiana State lead. Gray gives inside, and it's Evans, Darren Evans, out of Providence St. Mel with the bucket.
Well, it's funny, you know, the Sycamores shoot 42% as a team overall, and that's not real good. That's about 8th in the league. But the three-point range is 35%. That's not bad. And from the free throw line, it's 72%, which is very good. For the ordinary shots, they don't make a lot. Usually.
Bennett couldn't finish. Here come the Sycamores the other way. Moore gets around Somerville and scores. And now Jim Less has to call timeout as the Sycamores go on a run.
That was not getting back on defense. That was not getting in position to prevent the drive to the basket, and that's what Coach Les wants to talk over. The shots are coming too easy for the visitors right now, and 33 with 4:46 left in the first half is a ton for them, playing without their all-conference player, David Moss.
11-4 run. We saw them go on a 7-0 run, and this is another run where they have a 7-point advantage here in the first half.
Braves seem to be laboring on offense to get good shots, and they've taken advantage in the post with O'Brien and Wright. But the Sycamores come back, and they're shooting wide-open jumpers here so far. They got to be pleased with the way their offense is running. They've only had, I think, a high of 66 points, and that was the overtime game against Drake since Moss has been out of the lineup.
Great recognition that time by Gray out of the double team and finding the open man. And the Sycamores have hurt Bradley here. As we mentioned, an 11-4 run in the last 4.5 minutes.
Right. And Bradley 1 of 10 from behind the arc. 5 different players have attempted.
Somerville back on the bench now. And Bennett ran out of real estate. He ran out of bounds, and it'll be Indiana State ball. Jim West calls off the pressure this time. We may see a little zone from the Braves.
Real rightly, 1-2-2 with Wright at the point. That's a monster wingspan at the top of the zone.
Ruffin with the steal. The give to Wright. Here we go. Hello. Great call that time by Jim West, changing the defense, and it confused the Sycamores, and the Braves get a bucket.
Yeah, good move when that happens. Let's see.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's textbook right there. Exactly the way you draw it up.
Now, how do they react this trip down? Boo with some penetration. They kick it out to Schnittger for 3. Schnittger gets the tap out and the bucket.
And about the third offensive board the Sycamores have enjoyed this half, and they capitalized.
Schnittger averages 11 points a game. Inside Andrews. Got bumped off it a little bit. Follows, though, and misses again. Wright trips over him, trying to get back down the floor. Now Schnittger again. Battle for the rebound. Andrews got down the floor quickly and gets it. Bennett pressing the issue and scores. Tony Bennett with 8.
Tony Bennett can finish with the best of them in this league or any other league.
Braves back within 7 as we approach the 3-minute mark. 3-2 zone again for Bradley. 3 attempt is up for Arnold and no good. And Tony Bennett called for turning the ball, palming it, if you will.
That's 1 each for each team this half.
2:51 to go here, first half. Indiana State with a 7-point lead on Bradley.
On our way to church, a drunk driver at 11 o'clock in the morning just slammed into my car, and I was frantic. I didn't know what to do.
When accident or injury victims call my office for an appointment, I sense the urgency of their call. I make same-day appointments, and I'm willing to go to their home or to the hospital if they're disabled and cannot come into the office.
Jay Jansen. One name says it all.
At the beginning of your day, or in the middle of your day, even at the end of your day, you may not have time to think about your bank, but you do need your bank to be thinking about you. At Heritage Bank, every day we're designing solutions for your family, your business, your future.
Heritage Bank, believing in the American spirit.
People everywhere are experiencing a breakthrough. Fullness from a value menu.
No one's going anywhere until you tell me who's full. Me too.
New to the Big Bell value menu. The half-pound cheesy bean and rice burrito. Loaded with 3 cheeses, fiesta sauce, and a cheesy zesty kick. Designed to keep your stomach and your wallet full.
Number 3. If I'm a new cheesy bean and rice burrito, you are
Full.
oh, fun.
To get full-on value, think outside the bun.
Need website design and hosting? Call MTCO Communications.
Now Bradley getting some easier buckets. They try to cut into this Indiana State lead.
There's a double team and then off to right and then off to the races. He takes him one dribble from half court on in. That's pretty good. And here's the finish by Tony Bennett. Left-handed, a lot of confidence. He can go on with either hand. He's one of Bradley's most consistent players all season long. When he scores 5 points at Creighton and we lose by a couple, I mean, you can look at that and say, oh yeah, we didn't get the usual Tony Bennett.
Right, and Jim Les says this, you know, he's a guy that gets overlooked a lot when you got Somerville and O'Brien, Wright, Zach Andrews, and Daniel Ruffin with a game he had the other night. But Tony is just the street tough warrior, and he's there for you almost every night. He had a bad night the other night, and you're right. When he's not there, that's when you really miss it. Northern Iowa leading Drake 36-28 with a couple of minutes to go in the first half up at the Unidome. Bradley trails it here 35-28 with 2:40 to play first half. Gray sticking with that zone. Wise able to get down the lane that time but couldn't finish. And Somerville with the rebound. Both teams with 9 field goals each, but 4 of those field goals for the Sycamores were 3-pointers. At least that was the last stat sheet. Nice job on the offensive glass. Bennett couldn't finish. Wright does, and he'll go to the line.
Well, Wright finished after he cut the loose ball after his first miss. Yeoman's work under the boards by Lawrence Wright, who just stuck with it. There we watch it again. Here's Bennett the first try. Rims around and out. Bad luck. Wright's right there.
Lawrence. Okay.
And back around, no good. And now Bennett again. Still no good. And Wright proceeds.
Lawrence Wright, the 6'4" senior out of Beale Air Force Base, California. His father is a sergeant in the Air Force, a drill sergeant.
He's got 6 rebounds now. He's a leader for Bradley.
9 points off the bench for Lawrence Wright. Good outing for him. Tunnel gets his feet set, way off the mark that time. 2 minutes to go, 35-31. Quickly ahead to O'Brien. Over the double team and good.
Great catch. First he had to get the ball, then he had to use a soft touch to get it in without the board. Pretty good athletic play.
7-0 run for the Braves to get back within 2. And the crowd's back in it. Braves go man-to-man this trip. Schnittger gets around Bennett and scores.
Dribble penetration right around Tony that time, and then Marcellus was late on the double. And give credit to Schnittger. That was pretty good. He used the rim to ward off Somerville.
Bryant was flashed open in the lane a couple seconds ago, but Bennett gets down the lane and Tony scores. He's got 10 points. 2 away from his average as we are approaching the 1-minute mark here in the first half. Bennett gets a hand on it, tips it. O'Brien couldn't get there. That's one thing Jim Les talks about a lot is deflections on defense. That really gets him going.
You can guess who gets the most of them. Bennett, Will Franklin, Ruffin, Wright. I mean, they're very active on defense usually. Now Tony's going to get a blow here. Franklin comes in. That's what happens when Will Franklin plays well. You can interchange those 3 little guards there. You don't lose much.
No, I was impressed with Will Franklin in the preseason exhibition games when he had a chance to play. And That suspension hurt his ability to improve as Tunnel hits another three. He's got 13 points.
He's only hit him from that spot 3 out of 5 from there, top of the key.
Sycamores back up 5. Tunnel with 13, 3 threes on the night for him. O'Brien passes out of the double team. Ruffin, short. Shot clock off for the Sycamores. They can hold for the last shot with a 5-point lead.
Bradley's done everything well on the double team to O'Brien except shoot the ball in. The Braves are not making the Sycamores pay for the double team.
And have to guard Tunnel out there from now on. 13 seconds left. Schnitger with it. Out of Robinson, Illinois. Drives. Bradley takes it away, but they won't have time. Yes, he gets it off. Oh, man. That wasn't that far off, at least from our vantage point. So Bradley plays defense and keeps the Sycamores from scoring on their last possession. They go to the locker room trailing Indiana State by 5, 40-35.
I suspect they'll be talking about the defensive effort once they get in the locker room lead. 40 points is a ton for the Sycamores without David Moss, and I'm sure that's going to be addressed.
All right, we're going to check in with our friend Dave Snell here at halftime, so don't go away. We'll be back with more from Carver Arena. 40-35, Indiana State the lead on Bradley here at halftime.
At Minold Construction, we take pride in our ability to transform your dreams into reality. Minold Construction, building your dreams for you.
Drive the all-new 2006 Mitsubishi Galant at a dealer near you today. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
How much monthly income are you going to need to keep your standard of living where it's at today? What are the tax laws that are going to affect me? And at Craig Miller Financial Services, we have the experience and the expertise to answer those questions for you.
Craig Miller Financial Services, people you can trust.
I'm Larry Hardesty with Mid-Illinois Insurance. Email me your questions about insurance today at WEEK.com's Experts Online.
News 25 Sports on the WEEK.com daily podcast. WEEK's exclusive coverage of Bradley basketball is brought to you in part by Heritage Bank, locally owned and managed since 1920. By Ford and your local Ford dealers. By Casey's General Stores, a convenience store and a whole lot more. By The Mattress Doctor, delivering dreams to you. By Menards, save big money at Menards. And by The Better Banks, better service, better bank.
Abundance and so many choices, we can only name a few. Spaghetti, ravioli, tortellini, chicken parmesan, fettuccine and lasagna, tasty pizza, and the list goes on. The gondola, what a sandwich, what a deal. Appetizer, super salad, and we even have kids' meal.
Welcome to Avantis. Thank you for let our family serve your family since 1966.
Avantis has so many choices, it's great Italian food.
Seeing is believing. The Gailey Eye Clinic is focused on providing the very best in family eye care. Our ophthalmologists are medical doctors qualified to identify diseases of the eye. Whether you're interested in fashionable eyewear, prescription sunglasses, no-line bifocals, or laser vision correction and near vision CK, why trust your baby browns, hazels, greens, and blues to anyone else? Gailey Eye Clinic, the innovators in eye care.
Weather 24/7 on Digital Channel 25-2.
At Bradley University, you have the opportunity to be taught by a professor who just happens to be the Poet Laureate of Illinois and the author of 6 poetry collections, the creator of a PBS educational learning series for children, a consultant for a Fortune 500 company and author of books on leadership, a talented international printmaker whose works have appeared in over 150 exhibitions, or an engineer who holds 3 U.S. patents in fluid mechanics. At Bradley University, learn from the very best.
Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso back at Carver Arena as the Braves trail here by 5, 40-35. And as you look at the stats, Joe, the thing that jumps out, Braves are down 5. And Indiana State has 6 threes and Bradley has 1.
Well, it's pretty
That's
easy,
5.
easy math right there. Indiana State does not shoot a free throw in the first half, gets out-rebounded by 7, turns it over 7 times, only has 3 offensive rebounds yet. With all that, leads by 5 points. They've got to be ecstatic in their locker room.
I would think so. And Bradley went to a zone for a little bit, and that seemed to be effective, but Indiana State's been able to maneuver and get shots against that man-to-man, as we see the Braves getting some easy buckets like this one here on the break.
Well, Tony Bennett played a real good first half. You see him finishing here on the left-handed layup on the break, and it's a good thing because the trio of J.J. Twy, Dana Ruffin, and Will Franklin, 0 of 8 combined. And so we needed a good half again from Tony Bennett. And here's Lawrence Wright taking off from Edwards Air Force Base.
Another bucket in transition of those. You give up 40 points to Indiana State, a team, this is without Moss in the lineup, and you have not seen them score more than 60 points since he's been out.
Absolutely. 66, I think, against Drake in overtime. I think 40 points with David Moss would have had Jimmy Les not very happy in the locker room. Without him, it's unacceptable. And there's been too many easy shots, too many uncontested shots, and too many lanes to the basket.
And that's one thing we talked about in the pregame was consistency on defense, and the coaching staff wasn't happy with that against Creighton, and they're not going to be happy with this effort either. They're going to have to step it up.
Well, 80 points against Creighton, now 40 here in a half. I mean, that's consistency, what you don't want. We've solved the fouling. We haven't fouled very much, but we've given up too many easy buckets.
The defense will have to improve for Bradley as we go to the second half here tonight, and we will talk with Dave Snell coming up here at halftime, get the lowdown, see how he's feeling after a tough night in Omaha, a tough couple of nights. He was unable to do play-by-play of the game Wednesday night, was taken to the hospital that evening and spent a couple of nights there. So we're going to hear from Dave in just a minute. Right now, we'll take it to a break, and we are at halftime, 40-35, Indiana State with the lead.
Go to Brick Oven in Morton and get fresh handmade oven-fired pizzas.
I love it.
The Brick Oven. All-you-can-eat walleye, Fridays for just $7.95.
Wonderful.
Morning, Joe.
Joe, it's not just the snoring and the daytime sleepiness. It's the long-term health consequences. Come see me, Dr. David Skilrid, Morton Sleep Center. Breathe right, sleep tight.
It's a whole lot of cool. The all-new 2006 HHR available at Bob Grimm Chevrolet in Morton. Utility function and car gas mileage for $15,990. Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
Goods is an escape. It's a very leisurely, relaxing day. You can look at furniture. Wherever you go in the store, I think you'll find it very laid back, relaxed, and a lot of fun. You hear laughter as you go through. It's a whole different experience at Goods than I think anywhere else. The restaurant, the bed and breakfast, all the kids love the fish pond. So it's just an easy way to spend the day with your family.
Let the Jansen Law Center protect you from the statutes of limitation with regard to injury claims.
One name says it all. At Minold Construction, we take pride in our ability to transform your dreams into reality. Minold Construction, building your dreams for you.
Busey Bank, proud to be a company that cares.
Where were you when he hit the three? Where were you when the crowd went wild? Where were you when he slammed, jammed, dunked? Where were you when... Yeah, where were you? This year, don't miss the State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, March 2nd through 5th at Savas Center. Get your tickets now.
And we are back at Carver Arena as the Bradley soccer team gets a big hand from the crowd here. We're at halftime, 40-35, Indiana State leading Bradley, and we're joined, boy, I am in great company here. Bradley Hall of Famer Joe D'Alfonso, Are you in the Hall of Fame yet?
No.
Future Bradley Hall of Famer Dave Snell. Welcome back. Welcome back home. It's good to see you up and about.
Thank you, my two friends. They're very good friends.
It was a long trip, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
What a long, strange trip it's been. Tell us how you're feeling now, what you found out from doctors.
Still can't eat very much. A little weak. As you know, if you spend any time in a hospital, you don't sleep a whole lot. They think I had some sort of viral flu that hit me very quickly, and I hadn't felt good that day and spent most of the time just resting. And went to the arena, did all the preliminary work that we do, and talked to the people and whatever. And as a matter of fact, the Indiana State team, when Bradley played for the Valley Championship down in St. Louis, I had some food poisoning a couple years ago and put my head down after every commercial and said, boy, let's get through this. Well, the other night I said, well, I don't know if I can do this, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. And the next thing I know, Jeff Doden, who's a very good friend of mine, and he was going to keep the statistics for Jim Watson, who was not there. And he just explained to me a few minutes ago what happened. I didn't know. So I was out, and I had a very low blood pressure. And I said, no, well, who's going to do this game? And I haven't listened to the tape yet, but I'm looking forward to that. And I thought I was just going to lay down for a few minutes and then get back and do it again. And they told me that they wanted to make sure that I kept everything in here. And my blood pressure was so low that they took me to the hospital. And as a matter of fact, I was in the emergency room with Dr. Mitch Griffin, and he was making calls home and whatever. And I noticed up there and saw a monitor. I said, is this cable? So they put the game on, and my blood pressure went from 60 over 40, which is alarmingly low. As the game went on, it went up. So I just like to thank everyone now that I'm on the news leader. I know you have a big audience.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to thank everyone for your prayers and your emails and the calls and the cards. It means the world to me. And having friends like you and everybody. Joey D left a message that was great. It was all Godfather all the time, and so it was terrific.
I had to make you laugh.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were laughing too much.
The people at Creighton were marvelous, and one of the doctors was Matt West, who played for Creighton. First thing he said to me was, we got you last night.
That's right.
All right. Well, it's good to see you back home and healthy.
Very much.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Welcome back,
all right.
guys. And go to work, huh?
I'm just going to relax.
Bradley radio play-by-play man Dave Snell. He's been doing it since I was in high school.
I'll make him feel better.
Oh, God bless him. All right, Jenny, let's go to Jenny Lee back in our newsroom for this news update. I had to get him.
I'm Jenny Lee. The Peoria County Sheriff has been released from the hospital. An OSF St. Francis nursing supervisor says Mike McCoy checked out this afternoon. The sheriff, along with the Elmwood school superintendent, were both struck by a truck while jogging last Sunday. McCoy says after his release, he'll need 8 to 12 weeks of strength therapy. The sheriff vows he will participate in the St. Jude run this summer. The pledge comes despite McCoy being hospitalized with a broken pelvis. The Elmwood school superintendent was released from the hospital earlier this week. Now here's Jeff with a look at weather.
Well, that snow that we did see on Friday night into Saturday, well, it's all melting away quickly. Look at these temperatures in our weather first 7-day forecast. Looking at 40 for your high on Sunday, 38 by Monday, 42 on Tuesday, staying in the 40s for Wednesday and Thursday. I'll have more on your forecast coming up on Nightside.
This has been a News 25 update.
1 in 5 people have a disability and have a right to live in the community. Learn more about your local Center for Independent Living at WEEK.com's Experts Online.
When it's winter, there's nothing like a nice hot clearance sale to warm you up.
It's time to take advantage of the unseasonably hot savings at Furniture Row's Winter Clearance Sale. We've taken huge markdowns in every store to clear out excess and discontinued merchandise and one-of-a-kinds. And these extra discounts are on top of our 200% guaranteed lowest price pledge. We're also offering no payments and no interest for 1 year. Furniture Row Shopping Center, centered around you. Hurry in, our winter clearance sale ends soon.
It was pretty scary just to hear that word cancer, because it doesn't run in my family, and so it really makes you look at life differently. The body check did save my life, just because it was a reminder to me, and I think it is very important for all of us, for the whole, women community to go ahead and do their self-examination on the 25th. Body check me salvó mi vida y puede salvar tu vida también.
WEEK and O'Brien Dodge Chrysler Jeep of Pekin are proud to bring you the Golden Apple Award, recognizing teaching excellence. Congratulations, Mrs. Lynn Modelmog of Richwoods High School.
You can tell that she cares when she's helping her.
To nominate your favorite teacher, go to WEEK.com or stop by any one of our sponsors to fill out an application. News 25, home of the Golden Apple Award.
Support the kids of St. Jude. It's the right thing to do.
When you've decided to take your career to the next level, you want to make sure your investment pays off. The Graduate School at Bradley University has programs tailored to meet your specific needs, at times to meet your busy schedule. Learn from professors while networking with other professionals in your chosen field of study. With more than 30 programs and 13 degrees from which to choose, the Graduate School of Bradley University is the perfect choice for continuing your education, updating skills, or retooling for that second career. Invest in your future. Invest in yourself at Bradley University.
Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso back at Carver Arena. Indiana State, the 5-point lead on the Braves as we take a look at our first half statistics. And Indiana State leading the way in scoring the entire first half. But first we take a look at, well, Tunnel didn't have 44. He is number 44, and he had 13 points. Gray was next with 9 points.
He's number 24.
Yeah. There you go. Tony Bennett with 10, Patrick O'Brien and Lawrence Wright with 9 each. That'd be an interesting game, though, if they had that many points in the first half, wouldn't it?
It would make SportsCenter, I'll say that.
These numbers a little more what we're looking at here. As we mentioned, Indiana State leading the way 49% from the floor to 39%. Bradley can't get a three to go down to save their necks. Just 2 free throws shot between the two teams. That is amazing for everybody who complains about Missouri Valley officiating. It's been a well-officiated game, and they've let them play. Give them credit for that. Bradley out-rebounding the Sycamores. Turnovers even at 7 apiece. The three-point shooting, though, is one of the telling tales here in this first half. And we mentioned it earlier, Joe. The defense has got to come alive for Bradley here in the second 20 minutes.
Right. Those are the two things. Better defense and then making the Sycamores pay when they double-team Patrick O'Brien. If he's going to get the ball and know what to do with it and get it, yes.
Check out those glasses.
That has got my sight right now. But if O'Brien
Elton John has been in Peoria lately.
Is going to find the open man for a three, reversing the ball or on his side, someone's got to knock one down.
Bradley opens in the man-to-man. Schnitker on the backdoor cut. Bennett takes it away from him. Second in the Valley in steals. Tony Bennett. Ruffin takes it down the lane. Now brings it back out. Starting lineup in there for the Braves. Ruffin, Andrews, Somerville, Bennett, and J.J. Swat. Somerville. The first shot of the second half. Andrews follows it up. Off the glass and in for Zach Andrews, his second bucket of the night.
But his 4th offensive rebound out of 7 total.
Good start for the Braves. Every coach you talk to will tell you how important the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second half is.
What the Braves didn't get done in Omaha Wednesday night.
Ended up costing them the game. They allowed the Blue Jays to go on an 18-4 run. Tunnel again for 3. This guy's out of his mind. 3 for 15 from three-point range coming into the night, and that's his 3rd of the ball game. 4th of the ball game. He's got 16 points.
He had 3 coming in. He's got 4 tonight. Right, 20% coming in, and there's a bucket by Bennett. Good answer.
Bank is open for Tony. He's got 12. And Tunnel coming into the game was in double figures as one of his last 6 games, Joe.
Right.
More fall-away jumper doesn't go.
Pay attention to that young man.
Alley-oop to Andrews, no good. Broken up by Tunnel. Schnitker, the kick. Moore for 3. J.J. Twizer for the miss. Ruffin takes it down in. Schnittger tapped it away. Jim West yelling for a foul, getting no answer from the men in black and white.
Where Somerville did a great job of running the floor and getting on the block. Ruffin was trying to get it. And that's a foul as he's on the block again. Hard to handle down there, Marcellus is.
That's 3 on Trent Wirtz. Good job by Somerville getting position in the post and drawing that foul. Adam Arnold, a freshman out of Decatur, Indiana, back in for Wirtz, who sits with those 3 personals.
I talked to Jason Yeaman, the SID of Indiana State, before the game, and he said they've been in a lot of close games without Moss as Bennett scores off the
great
inbounds
play.
Right.
We saw that in the first half.
And he said they've played a lot of close games. They just have that stretch when they let the game get away and they don't know how to win them. All the games that are winning close early in the season, they're losing now.
Schnittger the miss. That's why he's got about 3 rebounds in a row. Braves can tie or take the lead here. It would be their first lead of the ball game. Bennett to Andrews for the hammer, and we're tied. Boy, that was a great catch by Zach.
I was just going to say, that was the toughest part of the play, getting the ball in his own hands.
Crowd on its feet. Braves and Sycamores tied at 43. That's the first tie, Joe, since it was 2-2. You can sense a momentum swing here unless Tunnel is open for 3. Oh, he can miss.
Boy, Zach Andrews just floated away from him and followed the ball in the lane.
Ruffin gives to Somerville. Short. Bounce is good.
That's the first good bounce he's had on the shot in about a month. Lee.
And the first lead of the ball game for Bradley, 45-43, on a 10-3 run to start the second half.
We'll see how the Sycamores play from behind now.
And Royce Waltman will go to his bench. Wise rattles in the 3. Boy, this team can shoot.
Well, he did get a first place vote in the preseason voting for all in the conference.
Andrews can't finish down low.
A lot of people said it was Royce Waltman's vote, but someone voted for him. And when they started 8-0, everybody was eating crow.
And as good as they are tonight, how good will they be when Moss comes back?
Well, they won't be 1 in whatever in the league, that's for sure.
Fouls on Tony Bennett as we go to break. 15:41 to go in the ball game. Indiana State up 1.
At the beginning of your day, or in the middle of your day, even at the end of your day, you may not have time to think about your bank, but you do need your bank to be thinking about you. At Heritage Bank, every day we're designing solutions for your family, your business, your future.
Heritage Bank, believing in the American spirit. Stop on in, we've got what you need. Stop on in, you're on the run.
Casey's General Store has your gas, your drinks, and homemade food. Everything it takes to get it done. Right now, pick up a Casey's large pepperoni pizza with 50% more pepperoni for only $9.99.
Your convenience store and a whole lot more. Yeah, there's so much more. Stop on in to Casey's General Store.
1 in 5 people have a disability and have a right to live in the community. Learn more about your local Center for Independent Living at WEEK.com's Experts Online.
At 10 p.m., there's only one choice for your news. News 25, Nightside at 10. Bringing you tomorrow's headlines, the big story from the news team you depend on. Your weather first forecast in the first 10 minutes, plus your local sports highlights. There's one choice at 10. News 25, Nightside at 10. Your home team.
UC Bank, proud to be a company that cares.
Back at Carver Arena, Braves back within 1, 46-45, after going on a 10-3 run to start the second half.
There is a catch and finish by Zach Andrews right here. Nice play, puts the ball on the floor, which he shouldn't do, but He finishes like you and I cannot.
Yeah, he's pretty high percentage from there, and he is leading the Valley in field goal percentage at 63%. Time now for the NBC Top 3, where we check out the Missouri Valley Conference record book for the best of the best. Tonight's category, consecutive games won. Cincinnati between 61 and 62 won 37 in a row. I think they had a guy named Oscar Robertson. Indiana State won 33 in a row with the Birdman. And Jim West and the Braves won 22 straight on the way to the NCAA tournament.
That team was honored in the last home game.
You got to be kidding me. Yelovich with another 3.
Off the inbounds.
Hadn't hit one all year, and now he's hit 2 tonight.
Sycamores now 3 of 6 from the field in the second half. All 3 field goals have been trays.
Go back up 4 here with 15:22 to play. O'Brien blocked and fouled. Second on Yelovich, second team foul on the Sycamore.
I got 3
Second,
on
that's 3.
Right, 3 on the big guy.
And OB will go to the line. Patrick O'Brien. We had a chance to come to the ball game last Saturday and sat in front of his mother and father and his little sister, who is Audrey, is 5 years old, and we had a great time. Of course, Patrick's mom was a basketball player in college herself at William Penn University.
And a good one, yes. The bloodlines are there, as they say in horse racing. Here's Lawrence Wright back in the lineup. Lawrence 4 for 4 from the field in the first half with a free throw and 6 boards in just 11 minutes. He was a ton for Bradley.
Patrick O'Brien with just the 4th free throw attempt of the night. Combined, he's got 10 points.
And Bradley with pressure.
Aaron Evans comes back in for the Sycamores. Gray is in there to take the ball out of bounds against the Bradley press. Get it across half court, but can't control. Right there on the floor to get it. Franklin comes out of there with it. No numbers. Somerville thought about the baseline jumper. Pulls back instead, and Ruffin will reload. 49-46. Somerville, long 3 is good.
He took his time with that one, Lee, and he did go straight up. I was watching pretty close. He was right across from us. Good, strong shot.
32nd 3 of the year for Marcellus Somerville. He ties the game at 49. Sycamores playing a heck of a ball game here on the road as Franklin comes up with the steal. O'Brien thought about the high-low to Somerville. Somerville wants it. They just can't get it to him this trip. Ruffin for 3. Good! Daniel Ruffin. 50% from three-point range his last 5 games,
His
Joe.
first bucket of the night. That's important. Drew the donut in the first half. He and Will Franklin both.
Braves with just their second lead of the night.
And this is their biggest lead.
Moore bounces it no good. Wright hustled for it. There was a lot of contact underneath before Wright got to it. It'll be Indiana State ball.
Some of the fans thought he got pushed, but they're biased.
You think?
Especially that guy right there, ex-football player Ron Bauer. Never short of an opinion when it comes to officiating. Ron's a great guy, but he'll let you know.
What did Dick Versace call it? Peoria, the land of 10,000 official, or 10,000 coaches.
Right.
All right. And probably 30,000 officials. At least. Braves up 3 here. Indiana State's controlled this game for most of the night. Franklin whistled for the foul, and it looked like he didn't even try and block the shot. Gray wheeled, and it hit Franklin's hand. Fouls on Franklin. His first.
These would be the first 2 free throws for the Sycamores tonight, but when you shoot that many three-pointers, in the first half alone, 19 out of 41 shots from beyond the arc, you're not going to get to the line very much.
Gray, an 83% free thrower last season as a sophomore. Missed his first.
This is his first game. We have to, remind our viewers that The first half, 11 minutes, he was 4 or 5 from the field and made some tough shots. He's just getting basketball legs and wind, getting used to right now.
He did not play against Bradley in Peoria last year while serving a suspension. Sat out the fall semester for personal reasons. 13:04 to play here, 52-50 Bradley. Somerville, fall away jumper. It's good that time. All those that weren't going in are going in now. And the game of basketball owes him a few because he was having no luck.
Well, when you go back to that shot that bounced in, that jumper, he smiled about it. Sometimes he just takes that. A bunt single.
Right. Somerville hustles after the rebound. Crowd wanted another foul. They don't get it. It was Yelovich diving for the ball. It went off him, and it'll be Bradley ball. Bennett back in for Bradley, replacing Ruffin.
Well, we talk about the referees letting them play tonight, and they're letting them play. Bradley, 19-10 run. Now, that's wrong. That call is wrong. It was saved by Indiana State on the baseline, but they went out of bounds on the sideline.
Right. Well, and that's all. And that's what you love that they talk about it and get it right. That's all you want is to get it right.
Yep. Somebody stepped forward and said, "Nope, this is the way it went." Yeah, you can get screened out there just like we can get screened here on the sideline.
Tunnel back in.
Look out.
He's got tunnel vision tonight. 16 points. I'm guessing that's a career high. He had 15 against Illinois State earlier this season.
Averages 9 a game.
Bennett nowhere to go. Gives to O'Brien. Jump hook. No good, but he's going to go to the line. Tunnel. Little thigh master move there. And O'Brien will go to the line. That's just the first foul on Tunnel.
Right. He has been guarding the post a whole lot, but right here, O'Brien has a pin, and the little jump hook is exactly what he wants in that situation. Unguardable.
Patrick, much more of a factor here tonight. 4 of 5 from the floor. He only got 2 shots against Creighton. He only had 2 shots against Southern, only 4 in the game against Drake. Seven-foot sophomore drains them both. He's got 12. Bradley's lead is 6, biggest of the game for the Braves, who trailed by as many as 10, I believe, was the biggest Indiana State lead.
Didn't get past that in the first half. The Sycamores look like the Braves a little bit on the road, getting off to those fast starts, doing a lot of good things, and in the second half, running into a stretch when they can't do much right.
Elliott Boo brings it up against Franklin. Wirtz. The bank is open on Saturday night, Peoria. Wirtz with his first bucket. The transfer from George Mason University, sat out last year. Lawrence Wright put his head down, dribbles, and gets the foul on Darren Evans. Before the shot. So it'll be Bradley ball out of bounds when we come back. 11:43 to play. Braves up 56-52.
Injured at work? Kramer Chiropractic specializes in work injuries. We'll get you straightened out. Call Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture, 693-9600.
In the River City, Riddlers and Jokers are planning to overcharge you. Quick to UFS for special offers from Frigidaire, power buys from Shaw and Mohawk. UFS, fighting high prices in the River City.
Experience the promise of the Plus at Bank Plus.
Peoria Vein Center is hosting a free seminar January 23rd. Learn about varicose veins, innovative treatments, and potential insurance. Peoria Vein Center. Look better, feel better.
At
At Menards, we provide the best selection of products. Save big on Richmond water heaters. This 40-gallon natural gas model is $248. A 50-gallon electric model is only $188. Have cleaner dishes and softer clothes with a Water Boss water softener. This model has a 37,000 grain capacity and automatically regenerates based on water usage. $449. Plus pay 0% interest until 2007 with your big card.
Save big money.
I'm Suzanne White with Riskusky Foot and Ankle Clinic. For professional foot care advice, email me at WEEK's Experts Online.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Perry. I work at WEEK, a company that cares.
Thank you, Marilyn Perry. 56-52, Bradley leading Indiana State here with 11:43 to go in the second half, and Indiana State's still shooting pretty well, Joe, but Bradley's shooting much better than they did in the first half.
Right, it's all in the shooting. The second half, Braves 8 of 10 overall, 2 of 2 from behind the arc, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And they have taken the lead here by 4 points, and they have the basketball. And that is Tomless. That's why we're showing that shot.
And the black turtleneck, and that's his father to his right.
Right. Tom played here and has the only double-double in Bradley history. That was assists and rebounds. How about that?
I remember seeing Tom Les play at the field house in the University College All-Star game.
Wow, I worked that game. What were you, in 5th grade?
Something like that. You and Snell, you old-timers.
Doug Collins played one of those games.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was great.
Charlie Eppel and I went. Charlie, old St. Bernard's friend of mine. Somerville, baseline jumper is good. Welcome back, Marcellus Somerville.
Well, he's got 12 points now on 5 of 10 shooting, and that's more like the Marcellus Somerville we've been used to.
Yeah, welcome back. (59-52). Good passing by the Sycamores. Tunnel finally missed one. He's held. Franklin was held by Tunnel. No whistle. Franklin's three is no good. Boo. Taken down, I think, by Marcellus. So there's a race for the basketball.
Well, that's official now. Both coaches are real angry.
Here's O'Brien. Jump hook. Good. Sound like Coach Stoll doing play-by-play. Good.
Well, he's got pretty low experience himself now.
He does. Bradley's lead is 9. Boy, this has happened quickly. Bradley was down 49-45.
Now the zone. 1-2-2.
Bradley on a 16-3 run. And Bennett was out of bounds.
He wanted that one badly, though. I tell you, he thought he had made the great play.
Back-to-back games with 6 steals. His last 2 home games, I should say, for Tony Bennett.
Well, he has more steals and turnovers this season. That's an amazing statistic. You can't play very long stretches without Tony Bennett.
If you talk about Bradley looking for a senior leader, he is a senior leader.
Well, by example, really.
Shot clock violation. Good defense that time by Bradley.
Yeah, and they were unaware as well. They helped the Braves out.
Royce Waltman staring daggers at his team. Well, he really had it going in the first half, but Bradley's defense has picked up here in the second. They picked it up both ends of the floor, really. And they lead it here by 9 as we approach the 10-minute mark. Lawrence right into the lane, little floater, air ball. Go after it. Tony Bennett does a little dance, and they reverse the call.
Right, they got it right. It hit the Sycamore when they hit 2 players standing out of bounds. One was the Brave, the last one was the Sycamore. There's Bennett, but then it rolls.
Yeah, there you go. Good call. Look at Tony. Right, lean in, no good.
2 good shots by Wright. Got bumped both times, didn't make either one.
Didn't get a call on either one either as Moore hits the bucket. He's got 6.
With 5 assists. He's played well tonight. Solid player.
And Somerville foul, and he'll go to the line.
Well, we were talking about the Somerville that we want to see, that's the Somerville we need to see right there on the block. Unguardable there, really.
That foul was on Trent Wirtz, his fourth. Somerville will go to the line where he shoots 71%. Started the night 25th on Bradley's all-time scoring list.
He doesn't get there often enough. We've talked about this in previous broadcasts. He averaged just 2.5 free throws per game, and he shot 42 on the year. This will be number 43. In contrast, Lawrence Wright came in this game with 68 tries from the free throw line. That's a huge difference.
That free throw gives Marcellus 15 points and moves him into 24th place on Bradley's all-time list, passing Greg Smith.
Greg Smith was a classmate of mine, class of 76. First year, freshmen were eligible in Division I play, re-eligible.
Marcellus 5 points away from passing Anthony Manuel on the all-time list. Sticker's three is good. His first bucket of the second half.
He's a good shooter. Not getting a lot of looks tonight. We're doing a good job on him.
Zach Andrews back in the Bradley lineup. Inside, Somerville's making hay while the sun shines. 17 tonight for Marcellus Somerville. A breakout game for the senior, and he needed one. Tunnel. He got open that time, wide open, and Wright is whistled for the foul as he came over on the help. Somebody missed an assignment there,
right,
Joe.
Exactly.
Were they zoned that time?
Yes, they were. When Bradley went to the zone the first time this half, just a few minutes ago, I think the reason why was because Tunnel was standing at the three-point line and drinking O'Brien way away from the basket. And he had to guard him and respect him and then get back on the shot if there was a shot or with the help defense. Now, at the zone, then you have players out there all the time with Tunnel. That time, he made a good look. They made a good look and got the ball to him. He went inside.
How about a great recruiting job by the Indiana State staff to get the Mr. Basketball of Kansas to come to Terre Haute.
Right. Last time I looked, there were two Big 12 teams in the state of Kansas.
Yeah. 66-58, 8:34 to play. He's looking to go 4-5 in the Valley with a win here tonight. Crouch back in the lineup now for Jim West. Shot clock at 8. Franklin kicks to Wright for 3. Oh my goodness. Lawrence Wright 1 for 9 from three-point range coming into the ball game. That's the second of the year.
Well, even if he didn't make it, he was prepared. He was down in the crouch in the shooter's position, caught the ball with two hands, and went up straight and strong. So he did everything right. He deserved to make it.
I guess if Tunnel's going to make him and Yelovich is going to make him, Lawrence Wright might as well make him too.
That's right. Poetic.
An 11-point Bradley lead now. Schnitger, no good. The Braves have answered the bell here in the second half. Looks like Indiana State goes a little zone that time. We've got a timeout with the Braves up. 7:29 to play. Bradley 69, Indiana State 58.
Stop on there, we've got what you need. Stop on there, you're on the run.
Casey's General Store has your gas, your drinks, and homemade food. Everything it takes to get it done. Right now, pick up a Casey's large pepperoni pizza with 50% more pepperoni for only $9.99.
Your convenience store and a whole lot more. Yeah, there's so much more. Stop on in to Casey's General Store.
At the beginning of your day, or in the middle of your day, even at the end of your day, you may not have time to think about your bank, but you do need your bank to be thinking about you. At Heritage Bank, every day we're designing solutions for your family, your business, your future.
Heritage Bank, believing in the American spirit.
We're from Carver Heating and Air Conditioning. Email any questions about heating, cooling, or geothermal systems at week.com's experts online.
If you like Dr. Phil, you like him even more. Now there's a new time and place you can catch Dr. Phil. The Doctor is in, weeknights at 10 p.m. on Central Illinois' UPN 59.
Ready to save lives aboard AMT's River Medic 1.
Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso back at Carver Arena. Bradley, a 69-58 lead. Our Bradley player profile is that young man, our friend Danny Adams from Metamora, majoring in management and administration, nicknames DA and Supercharged, member of the Braves Council, BU Student Athlete Advisory Board. He's been told he looks like Prince William.
I can believe that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see
He's the
that.
older one, right?
I can see that.
Not Prince Harry. Harry's the younger, nutty one, right? Okay. I could see that. Danny's a great, great kid, comes from a great family. He's a good man.
The younger, nutty one?
Huh? Well, yeah, Prince Harry, he was the one that wore, like, the Nazi outfit for Halloween and stuff. I mean, he's, you know, a little out there.
We don't get all the way to London. It's okay.
That's all right.
Bradley, 72% from the floor this half, 13 of 18, 4 or 5 from beyond the arc, 4 or 5 from the line.
Bradley takes a performance like this second half on the road, and they have for a half. But if they can take it on the road for 40 minutes, they're going to snap that streak one of these days.
Well, we won't get to see that until a week from tonight. The Bears come calling before that. Missouri State will come in here with a big bruising team. Bradley will have his work cut out even on his home floor. But next Saturday night, you're right, at Evansville, this sort of effort could cash in.
Little lob into O'Brien. He goes up strong over Wise and scores. Patrick O'Brien with a big night. He's got 16.
I'll tell you what, that's Bradley's 30th basket on the night, and they have now racked up 22 assists on the 30 baskets league. They've done that a few times this year, and that shows teamwork.
Foul inside will go against Bradley. It will go against Lawrence Wright, his second. Well, and you look at the numbers, Joe, we talked about at halftime, you talked about defensively, how Bradley had to pick it up defensively. Indiana State shooting 43%, but they've only made 6 baskets. Bradley's made 13, so Bradley's really doubled them as far as makes go. They still are shooting a good percentage, but they're not getting that many attempts.
No. The offensive boards are non-existent, 4 for the whole game. Bradley's 13 offensive boards to Indiana State's 17 defensive boards. So the Braves are on both glass pieces of the glass right now. Huge margin, 36-21 overall on the boards. Make it 37-21 now.
Arnold missed them both. Wright dumps it in after the nice pass from Tony Bennett.
23 assists, 31 baskets.
Lawrence Wright with 14. 1, 2, 3, 4 Braves in double figures now. Royce Waltman calls timeout. It's the first called timeout of the second half, so it's a full break. 6:12 to play. 73-58 Bradley.
If you switch to MTCO, get used to accelerated dial-up. Get used to surfing up to 5 times faster. MTCO Communications. Expect more.
Now you can rev up your lifestyle in a Dodge Charger or Dodge Magnum. Get an available fuel-efficient 3.5-liter V6 or the legendary power of a Hemi V8. Plus all-speed traction control and a 5-star government frontal crash test rating. Right now our stock is up, so for the first time ever, get $1,000 overstock bonus cash on Dodge Magnum and Charger. Open up a Magnum or unleash a Charger now at your Dodge dealer.
2006 starts with even greater savings at Bard Optical. Your style, your choice. Lenses or frames for only $20.06. Bard Optical, bringing you a new year and a new look for less.
I work on my feet all day, and I tried Z-Coils, and my back pain has gone away.
She's talking about Z-Coil Pain Relief Footwear. Z-Coil's patented active spring coil suspension absorbs up to 50% of the impact on the spine, relieving back, hip, knee, and foot pain, and providing cushion support for active people on the go. They're the only shoes you'll ever want to own. Z-Coils are available exclusively at Z Shoes on War Memorial, across from Bob Evans.
The best local morning news is now on UPN 59. News 25 Today replay. Weekday mornings from 7 to 8 on Central Illinois' UPN 59.
News 25 Sports on the WEEK.com daily podcast.
Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso back at Carver Arena, 73-58. Bradley being led by Marcellus Somerville, 17 points. And Joe, I think this little sequence here, the inside bucket, the outside bucket, that's kind of what's been missing from Marcellus's game. It's been more outside, and he's added that inside, and that versatility has really helped him tonight.
Absolutely, and then when he stays outside, Lee, opponents can put smaller guys on him. If he's never going to come into the post and never take his basket, they can just put a 6'4" guy on him and close out on those 3-point shots and don't have to worry about him posting up. So it's an advantage for Bradley, really, to have him both places.
6:12 to play here, 15-point Bradley lead.
Back to the zone, Wright's on the point, Patrick in the middle.
Bradley has outscored the Sycamores by 20 here in the second half, 38-18. Franklin with the steal. And I have just been impressed with him from day one. Whether he's not going to score 18 every night, but it's nice to see him have a good scoring night as well. O'Brien has it swatted away. Ward's got a piece of it. He got all ball. It was good defense that trip.
This is an interesting five right here. The 3 small guards are in at the same time, plus 2 bigs, O'Brien and Wright. I don't know if we've seen that.
No, Jim Bless is really doing a lot of experimenting, and he can afford to, especially tonight as O'Brien picks up the foul. But that's his second foul with 5:18 to play.
Right.
So, I mean, the way the game has been called has been advantageous to him. But that's still, you've got to like that.
Right, only 7 on the Braves total in this game. You guys just over 5 minutes to go. You're the coach, you'll take that anytime.
Wirtz at the line, misses. He's a 76% free thrower. Had 23 at Wichita State in his Valley Road debut earlier this year.
That's not easy. Even if you're a veteran, get 23 in that place. Fans don't like you there.
Tough place to play. Bennett just inside the line. O'Brien the follow. Patrick O'Brien with 18 points.
We talked about the Braves and going to the offensive glass, and that was the punctuation mark right there.
And very quickly, O'Brien gets his 3rd personal foul. Let's take another look at the follow.
Here's how you get baskets without assists. You just get in position and stuff it back home. On the other end, he moved in on the slide.
Wirtz goes back to the line. Missed that one. Tunnel back in. Schnitker back in. Under 5 minutes to go now.
Patrick's the only Bradley player with more than 1 foul.
Makes the second. Indiana State back within 15 as they put on some pressure here. Tony Bennett right down the lane, but he's fouled. And he'll get a chance to go to the line. Foul is on Wirtz. That's 5. Trent Wirtz fouls out.
See, I'm intrigued about this lineup, really, with Bennett, Ruffin, and Franklin in all at the same time as we see Bennett go down the lane, because the Valley's not a tremendously big league. It's a talented league. But you look at Southern Illinois, you don't have anyone over 6'7", 6'8". You could see playing 3 guards against that combination when the Salukis visit here later on. Illinois State, not overly big. This gives Bradley a lot of options with quickness, playing his own. I saw Franklin on the tail of the 1-3-1 a little while ago make that steal on the dribble penetration. It's just another weapon.
Tony Bennett won a state championship on this floor as a senior with Chris Head and Westinghouse. 70% free thrower. He's got 15 on the night now.
especially when you have all three of them that can shoot the ball and score. And we've seen Ruffin do that of late.
This is the second. Yeah, it is. It's just another tactic, another weapon in the arsenal, you could say, for the Braves.
Another combination. I mean, teams go small. Bradley can go small. Right. Effectiveness.
Royce Waltman, former Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year, took the Sycamores to back-to-back NCAA tournaments, and been some lean time since then.
Right. 2 trips to the NCAA in the first 4 years. No one thought that could be possible in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Back in 2000 and 2001. O'Brien uses that big body, gets in. Oh, has it go down and come out. Right fouled on the follow. I saw one today in the, the Purdue Indiana game. A guy came down, dunked. It went to the bottom of the net and came out. Did you see that?
Yep.
That's about what that one did.
We've seen it in this arena. And it's got to come through the net for it to count, by the way.
Well, that one didn't go down quite as far as I thought.
No. Bradley's been all over the glass on both ends tonight, doing a great job. Something they've done, win or lose, most of the year.
Lawrence Wright, excellent free throw shooter. 76.5%. Great form, great rotation.
And confidence.
16 points for him. 78-60. Bradley rolling here with a little over 4 minutes to play. O'Brien almost comes up with a steal. Bennett hustles, but can't get it. We've got a timeout with 3:53 to play. It's all Bradley here, up 18.
If you or someone you're with experiences the following warning signs of a stroke, a brain attack, call 911 immediately. Sudden numbness or weakness of the face, arm, or leg, especially on one side of the body. Sudden confusion, trouble speaking or understanding. Sudden trouble seeing in one or both eyes. Sudden trouble walking, dizziness, loss of balance or coordination. Sudden severe headache with no known cause. This message is brought to you by Advanced Medical Transport. Save lives. It's what we do.
When it's winter, there's nothing like a nice hot clearance sale to warm you up.
It's time to take advantage of the unseasonably hot savings at Furniture Row's Winter Clearance Sale. We've taken huge markdowns in every store to clear out excess and discontinued merchandise and one-of-a-kinds. And these extra discounts are on top of our 200% guaranteed lowest price pledge. We're also offering no payments and no interest for 1 year. Furniture Row Shopping Center, centered around you. Hurry in, our Winter Clearance Sale ends soon.
There's only one television station that's bringing the quality news you expect. And there's only one station you've made number one. News 25, the most watched news station in Central Illinois. Every day, every newscast, morning, noon, afternoon, and night. More people depend on News 25 for their local news. Thanks for making News 25 Central Illinois' first choice for news. News 25, your home team.
Thanks for making News 25 Nightside your first choice for news.
Welcome back, 78-60. Bradley with the lead on Indiana State with 3:53 left, and Bradley's done a better defensive job here in the second half, Jody.
Absolutely, especially on 2 guys named Tunnel and Gray. They combined for 22 points in the first half. Only 5 points here in the second half. Those stats provided by our crack statistician Dave Batir from Multiad. ISU struggling at the line 3 of their last 8. And that's not helping matters. This game is over. It's 18-point lead. Bradley has played very, very well in the second half and has distributed the basketball like, well, there's Royce. He's looking at it too. He understands.
That's a telling shot right there.
Bradley, 23 assists. This is the 6th time this year the Braves have been 20 or plus on the assist ledger. They only did that 1 time last year. That's hard to imagine.
Fun team to watch when they are clicking as Gray misses the 3-point attempt. 4 different players in double figures tonight for Bradley. 15 for Bennett. O'Brien with 18. Somerville 17. Wright with 16. over this time. Here comes Gray. It'll be a little different story when Bradley visits Terre Haute, I believe, Joe. It's going to be a little bit tougher hill to climb because Moss will probably be back by then.
Right.
Bennett scores.
That's Wednesday, February 8th. He should be back by then, and he makes a big difference in this team, obviously. They have not won since he has been out with an injury. This team beat Bradley 2 out of 3 last year, including the State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Tournament in St. Louis. Post-game, 63-61, but they took it to the Braves early.
Tunnel shot blocked by O'Brien. 45-20. Bradley's outscored the Sycamores here in the second half. Franklin fouled as he hits the deck. Fouls on Gray. That's 18 fouls on Indiana State. Crouch and Zach Andrews come in. Tony Bennett, Patrick O'Brien get a deserved big hand from the crowd. Bennett with 17, O'Brien with 18. Patrick just 2 away from a career high tonight.
Yeah, and Tony Bennett did it in the first half when the other guards were struggling. He really helped the Braves and finished with a team-high 6 assists tonight. So he had an all-around game. He fill up the stat sheet.
Will the Thrill with his first free throw. First point of the ball game after scoring a career-high 18 at Creighton Wednesday night. Missed that one. Ray Brown's in there now for Bradley. And it'll be Bradley ball. Good hustle by Lawrence Wright that time.
Here comes Brandon Heapskirk.
The big fella gets a big hand. As does Lawrence Wright. The man they call Boogie. 16 for Lawrence.
8 rebounds, 6 of 8 from the field, including a 3.
Brown turns it over and fouls. Ray Brown, the freshman out of Richfield, Minnesota.
It's another thing the Braves didn't do a whole lot of tonight is turn the ball over. Just 12 on the night now with that one by Ray Brown.
Up next, as you mentioned, Joe, Missouri State. Barry Hinson brings his team in. They usually start slow and build, but they started 6-0 and have played fairly well. I believe they're 5-4 now in the Valley.
Right, just a notch below the Big Four as they started tonight. They don't play tonight; they play tomorrow. But they'll play. They'll come in here Wednesday nights. Usually very prepared, very physical team. Tough to beat in their own place, obviously.
Check that, 5-3.
5-3. And tomorrow they have who? They're home.
Home against Wichita.
That'd be a good game. Shockers will visit Springfield.
Evansville at Creighton tomorrow afternoon, and Illinois State's at Southern Illinois. 81-62. Zach Andrews with a hammer. He's got 8.
That's a loud 8.
He flushes him with authority, doesn't he? 2 minutes to go now. Blocked by Ray Brown. Former AAU teammate of Patrick O'Brien up in the Metro Twin City area, Minneapolis, St. Paul. There's another look at it, and we're back to live action. Wise into the lane. Andrews comes out of there with it. No Danny Adams tonight.
No, I noticed that. Didn't say anything. I don't know if he's hurt. We didn't get a report.
Brown's shot is off the mark.
Didn't want to speculate on why Danny has not appeared. He has been in the rotation lately.
He and Sehu Jassy, the only Braves not to play tonight, as Tunnel launches the 3, and his shooting touch is suddenly evaporated. When for a while there, it didn't look like he was going to miss.
He looks tired.
Andrews tries to feed Heemskirk with the high-low, and a little too tall for Brandon. Russell Trudeau into the ball game for Royce Waltman. Wednesday night, it's Missouri State. A week from tonight, the Evansville Purple Aces host the Braves, and we will be there for the call of that ball game right here on WEEK. Your home for Bradley basketball. Don't forget the Jim Les Show tomorrow morning at 10. Special guest host, not host, special guest coach. Brandon Heemskirk gets a roar from the crowd off the rebound. Zach Andrews doing aerobics in the lane.
There are a couple of Sycamores on that one, Lee, that just shook their heads. I think they wanted to laugh, but they can't in this situation.
Zach Andrews with 10 points, 8 of those in the second half. And a good win for Bradley at home here tonight as Heemskirk's whistled for the foul. You would expect them, to beat Indiana State without David Moss. But you have to give credit to this Indiana State team, Joe, for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. They were a very tough challenge tonight.
Yeah, they shot the ball well. We've mentioned this on broadcast, how to keep the home crowd out of the game. We shoot the ball well and sit them down, and that's what they did. They took it to Bradley, shooting almost 50% in the first half, nailing threes. And they've got a season-high total of three-pointers made tonight with 10. Season-high assists with 18. They have played well. They just don't have enough guns.
They'll get one back probably by the time the Braves visit Indiana State. David Moss will probably be back from his hamstring injury. The Sycamores lose their 9th in a row here tonight. The Braves improved to 10-7, 4-5 in the Valley. That will put them half game behind Drake in the conference standings. Good win here tonight for the Braves as they put 5 players in double figures. 85-63 the final, Joe.
That's right. We expected it. This was going to be a game that Bradley was heavily favored. We talked about not a good place for Indiana State to try to break an 8-game losing streak. It wasn't to be. They're probably going to have to do that in the friendly confines of Holman Arena down the road.
So Bradley comes away with a 22-point win. We'll be back at Carver Arena to wrap things up right after this with a special guest. Don't go away.
Each year, the American Red Cross responds to over 70,000 disasters, from house fires to hurricanes. Whether disasters are natural or man-made, the American Red Cross is there, meeting people's needs for shelter, food, and health services. In the aftermath of these hurricanes, the need is larger than ever. Let's help our neighbors. Please donate to your local American Red Cross. I'm Dan Daly, Regional President of Busey Bank, and Busey Bank is proud to be a company that cares.
Back at Carver Arena, 85-63, the Bradley win tonight. 5 Braves in double figures. And our player of the game joins us now, Marcellus Somerville. He's got the game ball, and he's not going to let anybody have it. I tried to take it from him, but he's keeping it himself. Congratulations. Big game for you tonight.
Yeah, it was. And I thought we came out with great energy, great intensity. Even though they came out and got a great lead, I really thought we sustained it and took over in the second half.
They shot the ball very well first half. What did Jim say to you at halftime?
They shot the ball unbelievably well by a couple guys we didn't expect to shoot the ball.